At every level of golf, good course management is key to shooting the best score you can on any given day. It's your ability to make the right choice of what club to use, the type of shot to hit, and where to aim by taking into account your own personal abilities and shot patterns, as well as the layout of the hole you're playing. The only way to do this is by understanding what we call dispersion, which is what I would describe as a predictable variability in the outcome of your shots. Now, although that may seem like a contradiction, you'll understand how it works over the course of the videos in this section.
With every club in the bag, we will have what we might call our stock shot. Basically, that will be the shape of the shot and how far it travels. But when we play, we don't hit that average shot over and over again. There will always be an inconsistency to our shots that produces a deviation either side of our averages, meaning left and right, and long and short. You can see our stock shot here in green that finishes perfectly on target. We have a few either side of that aren't quite perfect, but are still in play and still safe. And then you have more either side of that that are starting to flirt with the trouble. Obviously, the further offline, the more risky these shots are becoming. Of course, as we move to shorter clubs, our accuracy will improve, which means our dispersion tightens. And the better the golfer, the more accurate and consistent those shots will be. But there will always be an area in which our shots will finish, and where they end up within it is completely unpredictable. Even with tour players, the average dispersion with the driver is around 70 yards wide. Here is an actual set of shots hit by a tour player with their driver. They're aiming straight down the middle every time, and if you forgive the one shot that's nearly 50 yards right, all of the rest fall within a 70-yard wide area. This means that if they hit a number of shots at one target, attempting to hit it in exactly the same way, their shots are going to finish scattered within an area up to 35 yards either side of it. Now, if you consider that fairways are generally around 30 yards wide, which are the two green lines, you can see why even the best players in the world are only able to hit an average of just over 50% of fairways. Here is that group of shots overlaid onto a tight driving hole. You can see a number of shots on the fairway, but there are plenty in trouble, and there is simply no way of knowing which shot is coming next. Now, although this variability makes it seem impossible for us to select a perfect target, it is actually the unpredictability of the outcome that requires us to take into account when picking our targets on the course. We're not planning for the best possible version of the shot on this occasion, because we can't do that, but we can use a strategy that will give us the best average over the next 10 or 20 or 100 rounds. So as it's impossible to know which shot is coming next, we must take into account the entire shot pattern when choosing our target.